Aloha and welcome to Mana Inspiration with yours truly, Note Endurance. Like always, we're going to have that scripture, and my scripture today is in Matthew 19, verse 26, which Jesus looked at them and said, "With man, this is impossible, but with God, all things are possible." It brings me to the phrase I have heard multiple times, and it's a but God moment. It makes me think of those times of a breakthrough moment, and I think nothing can happen but God. He's able to provide. Um, when it seems like everything's against you, that's when you have the but God moments. That's when you have those breakthroughs. I think that what is that phrase that we did last time? In the darkest time is when you see the light coming in. That's the breakthrough that's coming. Now, it switches me to thinking things are impossible. Do you ever feel like the walls are caving in? I felt like that last week, with a lot of just things happening to me. But I saw, as I was doing something, I saw this structure. And what it is a trench box. If you ever did any excavation or seen excavation in the streets, and I would say when they're doing sidewalks, when they're doing bridges, they always have a certain degrees, and this is to prevent collapse. To kind of give you an example, there's like 53 degrees, 45 degrees, 34 degrees, and there's also the vertical. If you ever seen in the middle of the streets when the guy's working on the pipes, and then you see those metal frames, they usually carry them and they look just like that with the four legs like a table with connected. And it reminded me, and it kind of sounds like life. As you're going in, it feels like those walls are caving in. But God is those trench walls that is preventing everything from happening to you, is protecting you, keeping you safe while you're doing your job and keep pushing through life. Now, it reminds me of a quote I heard from Joel Osteen, and it says, "It may look impossible, but God can do the impossible. Just because you don't see anything happening doesn't mean God is not working." 100%. That also brings me to a reminder of just being thankful. And I want to give a shout out to Mike and Lola Vigil. You know why, and I really love you. You don't know things are working, and behind the doors or the scenes, things are working in your favor that you really didn't know. And you can be nothing but grateful and thankful for all of that. Now, also, so what do we see in those times? I think, or what should we lean on in those times? And that's where, if we believe in God, then that's also where we need to hold on to our faith. This is from Michael Todd, and it says, "Crazy faith is thoughts and actions that lack reason, but trusting fully in what you cannot explicitly prove." And that's 100%. Quote from Maya Angelou, one of my favorites, is, "Let faith be the bridge you build to overcome evil and welcome in good." That's awesome. I love that. And it makes me put to the point of, what are you trusting in when these walls feel like it's impossible? Feels like it's maybe closing in on you. It maybe feels like things are not working out in your favor, or you may not see things working, but behind the scenes, they are working. You know, Coming to Mother's Day, and it was yesterday, it had me thinking of a lot of things. And then it had the story I heard. You might have heard of the boxer Buster Douglas. Now, Buster Douglas's mom, so was bragging on him because he got into basically a match with Mike Tyson. At this time, Mike Tyson was undefeated. Nobody has ever knocked out Mike Tyson. Nothing. Nobody has ever came back from a knockout from Mike Tyson. The mom was bragging that simply the son is going to knock Mike Tyson out through all the beauty shop. Now everybody where he's from thinks, so he has a promise to try to upkeep. He's telling, hey, kind of calm down because it's Mike Tyson. He was undefeated at the time. This is where 2 days before the fight, Buster Douglas's mom ends up passing away. Now, as he's in the fight, he just thinking of his why, and he did want to make his mom proud. And I think that's what we all want to do is make our moms proud. Believe it or not, throughout the fight in the fifth round, Buster Douglas takes an uppercut which knocks him out. And to the first knowledge is he was the very first one to ever come back from Mike Tyson knocking him out. Who knows, why? Who knows how he came back? And then as he got up and he was about to fight again, looking like Mike Tyson was going to knock him out, the bell saves his, basically ding ding, saves him. He comes back, starts fighting a little bit longer in the 10th round. That's when he knocks out Mike Tyson to do the impossible. I know it's saying that, but there was something that was holding on, that was there with Buster Douglas. And I think he was doing it for his mom, like we all do. At the end of the fight, he gets interviewed and he gets asked, like, what was keeping you going throughout that fight? And he said, I made a promise to my mom that I would knock Mike Tyson out and complete that promise that she was sharing to everybody, that I was a winner. Now I challenge you. What are we doing to show the ones that love us, that why, that push through? I always think of the times that are rough, the times that you're going through struggles. Look back at your why. To go back with man, this is impossible, but with God, all things are possible. I love you. Have a blessed week. Aloha, guys. Like the message, subscribe, hit the bell for the next one. Share this with others you think that's going to help them out, because here at Mana Inspiration, all we want to do is simply save one soul at a time. That way, let them know that we're not alone. You're not alone. We're all in it together. Aloha, guys. You guys have a blessed week, and I love you. Thanks.